What does the typical American prepper carry in their bug out bag? If you guessed a pint of vodka, well, you are 100% correct. And to be fair, though, he did say it was for medicinal purposes. So there's that. Yeah. And then there's this evil, menacing black rifle and a velvet bag full of mysterious survival items. And to be honest with you, that's just the tip of the good old bug out bag iceberg. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Okay, listen, I am super excited about this one. Today we are reviewing Pygmy Prepper's bug out bag. He's a former Marine who's been into prepping for a little while and decided to build his first bug out bag. And I want you to keep this in mind throughout the context of this video, that what we're looking at here is his first bug out bag. I've had the opportunity to interrogate him a bit in the most friendly way possible and get to know him a little better. You'll see snippets of our Discord conversation sprinkled through this video, which will hopefully provide more context. I figured it would be cool to share my critique of this bug out bag because I see so many of these kits out there on YouTube today. It's a guy who, just like you and me, took the red pill, opened up his eyes, looked around, and said, wow, I don't know what happened, but I live in clown world, so maybe it's a good idea to get prepared. Maybe I should stockpile some food, some water, I should have a gun and some ammo, and maybe, yes, absolutely, I need to build a bug out bag, and then after that, upload it to YouTube, get some critique and some feedback, and get better in the process. So that's why I said typical American prepper. And that's the whole goal of this video, is number one, to help Pygmy Prepper get better in this whole process of building his bug out bag, and then also reinforce the stuff that you know already, and then also learn some in the process, and damn it, have some fun, have some laughs, roast Pygmy Prepper if you want. He doesn't care. He's a former Marine. He doesn't have feelings, and I think the more fun that we can have when we're talking about these serious subjects, the better, because Lord knows there's enough doom and gloom content out there on YouTube. So let's go ahead and jump into it and see what Pygmy Prepper has got in this bag.
Hey everyone, this is Pygmy Prepper. This is going to be my first video. What I've got here is my old bug out bag. You can see that it's getting kind of old, so I'm going to be replacing that one. But I just want to go through everything that I have inside of it, the stuff that I have for the uses, as well as the things that I want to change and add.
The first question I had for Pygmy Prepper is, how is this bag deployed? What's the environment like? What's the mission? What's the situation? And here's his response. And now, on to the weapons. Of course, you can't go wrong with a good old AR-15 platform and an ACOG.
I've got my ACOG scope on it. The reason that I have that one, that's just what I'm used to. I served as a United States Marine for 4 years. Everyone knows that the 22 caliber is one of the prepper favorites. It's my favorite as well for handgun, just because the ammo is cheap, it's light, and you can take down small game and defend yourself if you need to.
And then he's got the pistol, which is a great call on the 22 caliber. But maybe you would want to consider a 22 caliber revolver. It's going to have less moving parts. It's going to be easier to maintain and service, and maybe just overall be more reliable. And check this out. When you get the 22 caliber conversion kit for your AR, then you level up big time, because then you got 2 weapons, 1 caliber.
So moving on to my bug out bag, this is going to be pretty difficult because I'm working with one hand here. So I've already unstrapped it. I haven't looked in this bag for maybe 3 to 4 months. So.
Oh God, Devil. Okay. All right, Devil Dog, you got to buy a tripod so you don't have to use one hand to film. Okay? You got to promise me that. You buy a tripod, that's all I'm asking. But let's continue.
I'll explain everything. So this is dryer lint. I can use that for fires. Got some lighters right there.
Okay, so we're only about 2 minutes in, and my OCD is spiraling out of control. I can't stand to see like loose stuff. Like he's got these loose lighters and this other thing loose over here. I want to see everything in one bag. But I like the fact that he's got the lighter and he's got the tinder, right? So that's good to have. I would say like you would want to introduce another tinder, like for example, cotton balls soaked in Vaseline. is an excellent pre-made tender that you can make for real cheap. Just be sure when you go into the store and you're like, hey, where's the Vaseline and cotton balls? Just be aware that people will probably look at you a little weird.
Got my first aid kit. There's something that I added to this first aid kit that a lot of people, I'm sure, don't have with theirs. And living in my area, it's a bite and sting kit. So you can use it for bees and snakes as well.
Now, one thing for sure, I definitely want to give him credit on adding that bite and sting kit, which is particular for the environment that he expects to survive in. Okay, let's go ahead and keep rolling. Let's see what else we got here. We got a flashlight, Swiss Army knife, playing cards, looks like some instant coffee, and
boom, I got myself some coffee. This is one of the coolest things that I have. The little cup. How cool is that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I love those little collapsible camping cups, right? Those are real cool. What else? We got some tea bags. Looks like he's got some flavor packets for his water, which is nice. And
for barter. And here's silver and gold. I can use that if I need to.
I think he's got some silver and gold coins here. Huh. What do you think of that? You think there's a good reason to carry that in your bug out bag? Okay, moving on. He's got a poncho, which is good. Batteries are good. I would put a hard case on those batteries. And then he has a life straw, which, okay, fine. Life straw is better than nothing, but you could totally do way better with a Sawyer squeeze, for example. That's going to filter up to 100,000 gallons and give you more forms of application than just with the life straw, which is just a straw. With a Sawyer squeeze, you can screw that onto a soda bottle or use it as a straw. There's just more forms of application, and it's just a better choice for sure. And then what I would also do is add in some more water purification options across the board. He has an old school iPod, which I think is like 2019, which is cool. He obviously likes his music. I see he's got some charging cables here. He's got a power bank. Then he's got this tent, but it's still in the box, so I assume it hasn't been used yet. And honestly, it looks more like a tarp to me. So yeah, what else we got here? We got some booze. There we go. For medicinal purposes. Okay, Marine. Sure. And then finally, an extra flashlight, which is great. But check this out. I would swap that for a headlamp so I could have like something RGB capable to back up the main flashlight.
It's a bag full of every single type of caliber weapon that I have. I don't know if you guys can see that, but
okay, so I didn't expect that. He's got this bag here of mixed rounds and different calibers, which maybe is a good idea. What do you think? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward just a little bit here. He's got some extra socks, which are good, but I would definitely bag those to make sure they'll stay dry. Then he's got some rice here, which I would honestly swap out for Uncle Ben's instant rice if you want to have rice. But he says that he's using the rice as a way to dry out one of his electronic devices if it got wet. So, yeah, there's that. Now, he's got a solar panel, right? Just like Canadian Prepper also has a solar panel. And I'm going to ask the same thing. How well does that work? What's the wattage like? How much can you expect to really get from a solar panel? My experience with solar charging has been absolutely crap, and I just don't carry that stuff with me. But maybe I'm using the wrong brand, not doing it right, using the wrong product. Who knows? Okay, so let's see what else we got here. He's got this MRE, and it's interesting. You can go watch the whole video, right? But he says that you can mix hot sauce with the MRE heater to make CS gas. And I've never heard that, but I totally want to try that out. And then he's got this little sleeping bag here, which I don't even know if I'd call that a sleeping bag. I mean, it's probably more like a lightweight blanket. You'd probably be better off with a Wooby. And then what else? We got a Bible, which I think that's great. So we got some vodka, we got the Bible, we got some guns. I think we're covering all of our America bases, right? Okay, so now in this part, he's talking about the stuff that he wants to change or add, which is cool because he's self-aware and wants to get better, which I absolutely love. However, you all got to hear this part right here, which is an absolutely shocking statement.
You guys might bring up water. Why don't I have water in my bag? Just the fact that it'll be sitting up in my closet. I've also have one in my truck with me where I work. So I don't really see the need of having actual water in my bag because I have the purifying straw, and I'm going to get some of the iodine pills, put them in my first aid kit.
Okay, full stop. Maybe I'm crazy, but you absolutely need to have water in your bag, period, point blank. And here's why: because you may not have other water available. You may not have water in your vehicle or your job site or wherever you're at. And it might just be you in that bug out bag in an empty container that could have some water in it. And then you have to measure the time between you at your current position with no water to finding somewhere with water, because you almost have to make that your entire mission in life right off the bat. So, yeah, just carry some water with you. Yeah, you know what? I just realized he has no container for the water. There's no way. No. I'm going to have to double check that one. If I'm wrong, I'll issue an apology. But I'm pretty sure there's no actual container. So that is a big miss. Okay, well, one thing's for sure. Doing this review got me thinking about the collaboration that we have in the Warrior Tribe. Here we're posting our everyday carry, our survival kits, our bug out bags, our survival plans, fitness stuff, you name it. We're looking to level up our survival skills and our life in general. So if you want more information about the Warrior Tribe, which I'm pretty sure you do, go down there in the pinned post and the description. Check out that link. And I tell you what, I'm going to put a link to our Discord there as well, so you can jump on the server and kind of hang out and just see what the Warrior Tribe is all about. So what do you think of Pygmy Prepper's bug out bag? Personally, I think it's a pretty damn good attempt for his first run. And yeah, all he can do is look to get better throughout the process. But I'd love to hear what you think. Give me an idea of a scale of 1 to 10 down there in the comment section. Of course, there's a few things I would definitely like for him to change. So let's go ahead and jump into that list, bearing in mind that the big thing that he needs to do is get this out for an overnight trip, because that's a game changer, and that's going to give him a lot more insight into things that he wants to change, leave behind, or otherwise modify. First, you got to add a water container ASAP. You can add a stainless steel canteen. You can add a collapsible water bottle. I personally like the setup that I'm running right now because it takes up no space, it's super lightweight, and it's highly effective. Next, and just as important almost as having a proper container, I don't recall seeing an actual real full tang knife. Definitely got to have one of those, and you can have the folder as a backup. Up next, I'd like to see more attention to shelter. And once again, getting out in the field for the night is definitely going to be an eye-opener, and you'll see the things that you want to change. And obviously for this bag, it is intended as a summer bug-out bag. And then, of course, I think you can save some weight and some space by ditching the iPod and those silver and gold coins. And then finally, a few other ideas. You can field strip that MRE, saving on space and the footprint. And then the other thing you can do is kind of look and say, what is the baseline calories I need to eat on a daily basis? Because the food you eat matters. And then try to pack the types of food that require little to no prep, no cook, and they're very easy to just grab and go and just eat. But they also have lots of fat, they got protein, they got carbs in it, and that fuel that you need in an actual survival situation. And of course, test out that solar charger. And if it's not effective over the course of a day and you got the sunlight out and all that kind of stuff, you might as well just go ahead and ditch it and go with your typical battery bank. You want to get something that has about maybe 10,000 milliampere hours on it, and you'll be good to go for a few days. And I almost forgot the pack. It's made by Stealth Angel, but you can see that he's stretching the capacity of that. So I may have something special for him in the works. Okay, so that's the high-level stuff that comes to mind. Of course, I want to hear your opinion, and remember that this is his first bug-out bag build. So go ahead and roast him and have fun, because he's a Marine and he doesn't have any feelings. Now, with that being said, if you like the format of this video, let me know down there in the comments section. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you in the next one.